damage they're looking to offer.
Yeah, so Monkey actually being one of the picks LGD have gone for at least 3 times within the competition, whereas Team Secret have not picked this Monkey onto their team yet, but the Jing is something that was something that we probably would have been able to predict, right? Because they have the Zhongfei, they need something that's going to be able to get to the back line, especially with the Chao. You're going to need something to try and lock her down, or try and at least do a great amount of burst damage. And if Marco Polo fails, Jing should prosper, hopefully for the side of LGD.
Yep, now, wow, okay, we're finally gonna have it. It's gonna have a Zhou Yu in the mid lane. I guess for Team Secret, we're gonna have the completion with Nako Ruru as the jungler. Huge burst, early game centric. Looks like Team Secret, they want to end this fast.
Yeah, the aggression for Team Secret here. There is no tank to be seen on their side. They have obviously the lane that's going to be taking a lot of that full brunt to begin with. But then after that, it's pretty much, hey, if that lane falls down, what are we going to do? We're going to hope for not being knocked out of the whirlpools of the Chao. But it's so nice to finally see some new heroes, kid. That Zhou Yu, the Nakaruru coming through. It is going to be crazy. This game 1 of the grand finals between Team Secret and LGD. It's been a long time coming for some new heroes on the Gorge.
Yep, definitely. And with the Zhou Yu itself, it's going to be a scorching hot time for game 1 here. Team Secret, of course, looking for a little bit of vengeance for the result in the qualifiers. And now they hope to be able to triumph their hard rivals here, LGD.
Yes, and this is where it all starts, Kin. This is where the finals are starting to be written out as it is. But I really like the Zhou Yu pick here in the mid lane because, again, puts a lot of pressure on there. You get to fan the flames of Zhou Yu there, and he's able to damage the turret, but may get caught out here by Xiang early game. But no, there comes through the extreme escape. It's as if he was on the top of a mountain peak and was just rescued by the mounted team there as the Dao Chao Whirlpool came through to save the Zhou Yu.
Yep, you will be expecting a lot of close clutches like these as the game goes on. Once again, Da Chao will get caught out. And let's take a look at Zhou Yu itself, right? Right now, let's see the skills that he offers. Blam, maybe you want to help me out here?
Yeah, so Zhou Yu's basic combo is 2-2-1, and then ultimate, as his ultimate does kind of push away, and, well, his ultimate basically enhances the damage of those flames. So skill 2 and 1 create fire domains, and then the ultimate is to inflict area damage and crowd control. So once you're caught in that flame domain, you've got to make sure you get out of there before he pops that ult, baby, because the damage comes through and the CC comes through heavy, and that's going to really disrupt the Jing here. And speaking of disrupting, we see the LGD with the Jing gets the first kill onto Xuan in the Clash lane. Nakaruru was not able to assist there in that 2v1.
Yeah, perfect start for the side of the LGD here. And, funneling the kill into Musan King is definitely what they want to do on the side of LGD. 2-on-1 TNX.
Yep, it's looking like another 2-on-1. Brutal attack under the turret as well. The pure gall of LGD is really showing in game 1. We still haven't seen the Team Secret is able to claim a kill yet from the side of LGD. But my gosh, Kin, the assault, they are not pulling any punches now, LGD. They want to be the pride of Malaysia.
Yeah, for sure. LGD already successfully stealing 2 camps in the past 2.5 minutes, and this is a damaging gameplay to the side of Team Secret here.
A little bit of unengaged there for the Whirlpool gets put down just in case Futsu gets caught out, but unfortunately Marco Polo and Zhongfei had to kind of pack off a little bit there. I feel that was a bit wise, but they did have the Jing pretty close by, so I feel like that could have maybe gone in the favor of LGD there. But again, we don't know what happens when the Chao comes through, because if she can clutch the extreme rescue of the Zhou Yu in the very early minutes of this game, I don't think there's a lot that Yuhan can't do. And to be honest, I was going through the stats in my preparation, and he is the only member of Team Secret not yet to get an MVP. So the Chao pick needs to shine for him to get an MVP at least once in the Season 2 Invitational.
Well, we'll see if that becomes a reality at this point, because the reality is LGD is leading, and they need to do a little bit more damage on the side of Team Secret in order to make this game work for themselves.
Yeah, we can kind of see the damage coming through there. The Unbridled Rage knocks him at the Whirlpool. It's a little bit too close for comfort. Oh, beautiful. JR with the close down onto Futsu, and it's not quite done yet. Death on Sunset onto JR, but Zhongfei is trying to keep Shoyu off of him as well. But we do get a kill go over to Team Secret, but he has got to try and escape from the Xiang and Z there on the side of LGD. But it looks like it's not quite just over yet, kid. There is something brewing in the mid lane.
Yeah, they have to be really careful, right? Team Secret at this point, it's really critical that they have to make sure the waves are managed at this point. And you can see even though they get the kill, it's not working out too much. The trade is still in favor of LGD. Now with this, it is something that's favorable, but they might lose the T1 on top.
Yeah, T1 in the Clash lane looking pretty clutch, but we do see they're able to claim the first Tyrant of the game, which is going to enable these very aggressive heroes on the side of Team Secret a lot more damage, but Futsu almost getting caught out there by the Frozen. We do see the Whirlpool meeting it pretty much in quick concession there with Lady Chen's ultimate, but wasn't quite needed for Futsu in that interaction. But as you were saying, LGD has still been able to keep kings of that goal difference, Ken. They've shown time and time again that this is just how they keep their control in these matches.
Yep, so right off the bat, we're taking a look at the itemization. Both of the farm lanes already have the Sparkforge Dagger at this point, and you know, the difference in the supports is a Crimson Shadow going into the hands of Yuhan, and it's going to be Guardian instead for the side of the Zhangfei on Zhe.
So Zhangfei going for more of a shield-tensive item for his support item there, but we are getting a 3v2 currently. Are we going to get a Whirlpool come through? No! Jing is cleaning up Musang King with the assist from that crucial crowd control from Lady Chen, but they're not quite done yet. Straight onto TNX. TNX wasn't able to get it there. They had to think for themselves. Yu Huan had to Whirlpool just alone to stay alive, but that means that they aren't quite done yet. There is a bit of aggression here in the mid lane, and there we go. JR down as well. That means that Team Secret is able to get a second kill on the board, but what a wipeout in that farm lane. Kin, that was so aggressive by the side of LGD.
Yep, I mean, it's a consolation prize, right? The fact that you get the kill on JR, but that's all that it is at this point, a consolation prize, because LGD have successfully stifled the growth and the aggression coming in. I don't think they will be able to take this tower just yet.
I don't know. I mean, they go out of there, they do a lot of damage, they just play those mental mind games with Xiang in the Clash lane, but it looks like LGD are going to go for the Overlord. So first Overlord does go over to LGD thanks to Musang King, so no 100% clear for either of these teams. And it looks like that JO was able to peep the Azure Golem buff as well from the TNX on the side of Team Secret, which again, we know that Nakaruru is very reliant on those cooldowns, very reliant on that mana.
Yes, a little bit more greed here. I'm not sure why he didn't use his smite at that point. There is no other jungle objective that requires smite, and we might see a punish coming in from TS.
Yes, definitely, maybe a punish here, but Whirlpool's coming through, so we could get the rest of the team up here in the Clash lane, and we do, Kin! There is plenty coming through the Sunset. Death on Sunset is being activated, but didn't actually be able to catch out JR. But speaking of catching off, Xuan is getting caught, kicked back beautifully there by Xiang, and then pushed back with the unbridled rage of Zhangfei to keep away that team fight and keeping it in favor of LGD. But what a beautiful display there in the Clash lane.
Yep, so like I said, right, this is the LGD Malaysia speciality, you know, making trades all over the place. It doesn't matter if we lose a kill or not, we will get something in value across as well. So 7-3, it is still pretty much in favor of LGD. Let's take a look at the growth of the items. We do have the Mask of Agony, so a lot of damage coming in from the Soyu. So Loong is going to be able to help out in the fight, but this is matched exactly by the Lady Chen as well, Zhong doing well. And it feels like LGD just are one step ahead. They know exactly what Team Secret are looking for.
Yeah, they just seem to be always playing above the curve on the side of LGD compared to Team Secret, but it's no secret to those that have been watching at home, Kin, that Team Secret definitely is able to bring it back in that mid to late game. They are not like some of the other teams within the Season 2 Invitational, where if the early game does not go in their favor, they can't do anything going forward. But we've seen a pretty much a similar picture here in the jungle until that Shadow Tyrant was the Tyrant was taken there on the side of Team Secret. It was very much even Stevens, 2 turrets, 2 jungle, well, 1 jungle objective, but now 2 jungle objectives go over to Team Secret, and it's once again that Tyrant, and that's just going to help this pushing force of the Futsu and the Chao.
Yep, at this point they need a little bit more. They have they're pretty equal in terms of the turret takes, right? So it's 2-2 at this point. LGD looking for more across the map.
Yes, we've seen a massive engage here from Jing. TNX goes down. Musang King is no stranger to the aggression. They trade the T2 in the clash lane for the T2 in the mid lane. I don't know about fair trade deals here, Kim, but to me, that opening the mid lane is going to be a little bit more of a nuisance for the side of Team Secret here.
Yeah, we talked about this being a day of business, right, for the side of LGD. And you know what? Team Secret are no slouches as well. They do manage to bring the T3 on the top down to less than half its health actually. So this is a punchback from the side of Team Secret. So still hopeful for an even game at this point.
Yep, hope is all that Team Secret have. Maybe that is the secret to Team Secret, is just hope, baby. But you really see the absence of the Futsu and the Chao in these team fights, and you can see they're just being used as a siege tool. So just trying to push these macro plays, trying to get as many turrets off of the side of LGD, so that when those late game team fights happen and they have the empowered minions coming through as well, we could be seeing a little bit more of a favor for the side of Team Secret. But Mayin just basically being used as a distraction here for the side of LGD, but that is not going to be quite enough yet. They aren't able to take down the Mayin, and this is the issue that one of the Brazilian teams had yesterday, is that a lane just wasn't dealing out the damage we needed it to, buddy. We need some more damage on the side of Team Secret right now, and I feel like at a certain point, it's got to come from Futsu, but it could come from Joyu coming in from the teleport here. Yes, he does. We put down the flame domain, but then gets pushed back, so isn't able to fan those flames and able to catch out the side of LGD. I feel like that was a brilliant play by Z on the Zhongfei.
Yep, actually equally matched from the side of Team Secret as well, right? Nobody died on the side of TES, and I think that's a good sign for them, because at this point, 3-8, yes, they're trailing in kills, but somehow they're working the map with the best they can, and Sun, unfortunately, going to be taken down.
Yep, Sun does fall a demise there. But JR is still ahead of the gold, so it's not going to really matter much to Sun, because he was already behind with the gold. It's probably more detriment to the whole of Team Secret rather than the farm lane himself. But JR been playing a fantastic Marco Polo match so far. And nonetheless, because JR is just showing that he doesn't need that Lady Sun pick. He can basically just abuse you with whatever ADC hero he wants to, and that higher ground turret is looking mightily open here for the side of Team Secret, as well as their T2 into the clash lane for the help of the Vanguard. We saw that Elaine was trying to give quite a bit of a barrage of attacks there into the front line, but Joyu is able to take down Musang King. The king has been dethroned for now, but are Team Secret going to do anything with a takedown of the enemy jungle?
Feels a little bit difficult at this point, but let's take a look at the growth of the items, right? Well, we could be looking at Siege Breaker, but hang on, Yuhan.
Oh, Yuan get taken down by Siang, and it's not looking like that is what's going to be the only claim within this team fight. There we go, TNX. That is a quick turnaround for taking down their jungle. It's like, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but we still have a smite on our Zhongfei for any of these next jungle objectives.
Yep, they're just trying to force them out here. This positioning here, nice catch with the Sage's Might. No, it wasn't even a Sage's Might, right? They wanted to catch Musang King, but it just turned into a 1v4 all of a sudden, and that's the scary thing about LGD, right? You never expect a one-on-one with them.
No, never, 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 never. Only in the early game, it seems, like we saw with Loops versus LGD yesterday, where they was able to get the first blood. But speaking of a Clash Lane brawl, it's pretty much very fashionable here on the Clash Lane side of the jungle. 1v1 between the Mayeen and the Elaine. Not quite being able to take out as much damage here, but here's a beautiful, aggressive engage here from the side of a little bit too aggressive from LGD, as we saw that Musan King was taken down once again, thanks to the Joyu. But that is the beauty of this control mage. Just if you're in those flames, you want to get out of the frying pan and straight back into the kitchen, baby. You don't want to be frying any longer than you need to. But again, using that domain to clear these minion waves is a really good strategy here for Team Secret. The Whirlpool comes through, so they're able to recall and get a little bit faster health clear. But this means that LGD are able to clean up some of those jungle objectives, kid.
Yep, they will be starving them out in terms of farm. And if you notice the way that LGD have positioned themselves, it's very clear they're looking to protect Mr. Musan King here, right? Because right now it's going to be Zhihong on the front lines, which is kind of funny if you think about it. But Zhihong has the Ocean of Tears, the passive coming out from that skill, will allow him to be invincible for a short moment, which will buy time for people like JR, Xiang, or Zhe to set the stage for Musan King to come in and finish off the kill.
Yeah, so we're probably going to more than likely guarantee that Overlord is going to be dropped down there into the farm lane to stop that minion wave towards the high ground turret. And there we go. They see them decimated on there, but we're seeing that Shuan is going 2v1 against the Mayeen and the Lady Chen. But nobody is dying just yet, kid. Everybody is holding on to their pearls, clutching onto their health as it seems, but everyone is focusing Zhang Fei, which probably isn't the focal point you want going into this next team fight, because if you waste a lot of spells, a lot of ultimates onto the Zhang Fei, it just means you have less playability, less skills to come through when it comes to this next team fight. But again, we're just seeing LGD just starve Team Secret's jungle here.
Yep, actually, you know, one of the things that I think they're considering is the fact that they want to burn down the so that he goes back to base and they can mute this aggression.
Yep, it looks like that may just be it, but they are trying to catch out Musan King. He's in the mirror domain, but it's not enough. The flame domain put too much pressure. The crucial crowd control from Joyu in this team fight has made it a 1-0 trade so far. There we go. JR, the stoppable force on the side of LGD. Their ultimate damage output has been taken down right now, and that's a solid 34-second death spawn timer on the side of LGD, and Musan King coming back in 20 seconds. But there is no jungle objective that will be appearing before Musan King gets back onto the gorge. So again, I don't think there's anything they can really do here, kid, other than just try and get some wins in these lanes.
Yeah, they just need to push out the towers at this point. You know, just search for whatever farm that's available, right? And this will come in the form of the camps. Let's take a look at how that fight went down. JR was trying to support from the backlines. You know, Xuan was looking for that kill. It was actually a very nice catch from JR on top 4. But unfortunately, he does not have enough damage and they have too much health on the side of Team Secret.
Yeah, far too much health on the side of Team Secret. And obviously, the Zhe on the Zhang Fei is just such a solid tank. The fact that this hero can just soak so much damage into these early parts of the team fights just means that stuff like this is able to happen pretty easily, with the takedown of the Shadow Tyrant once again going over to the side of LGD, giving them a little bit more damage. But are we going to see a bit of a backdoor play here? No, there's no minions. There is no minions for them to play with, unfortunately, Ken.
Well, it's fine. They did get the turret, so the T3 is open now. LGD forced to make a move here.
Forced to make a move. We see the recall, the Whirlpool saving Elaine's life there. So well played to Hugh Huan. If they're able to secure the victory in Game 1, I feel like it's all propped up by this the Chao pick, it seems. But again, there is a trade for the higher ground turrets. We saw that the bot lane higher ground turret did fall. However, we saw that Team Secret, with a bit of a Hail Mary play into the Clash lane, was able to secure the Clash lane's higher ground turretkin. So, like you were saying, it's putting a bit of more pressure onto the side of LGD, but I don't think this pressure is enough to make them crack.
Not yet, right? Most of them, they're reaching their final evolution in terms of items. We do expect the Dragon's Rage coming out from the lane, as well as the Starbreaker already completed onto Nakoruru. Here we go. This is going to be a split push attempt. Will they get pushed out? No, they won't, because they are standing right beside the wall. Very good intuition to make sure that even if the push comes in, when the push comes to shove, they won't be shoved out of the way.
Yes, I mean, my earphone just dropped out there. I just completely missed that by accident, but there we go. It's what happens. It falls out your ear, but... Right, so nothing actually claimed there by LGD or Team Secret. They're able to do a bit more damage to the high ground turret, and it looks like they're going to go for a second blow, but luckily for LGD, they're able to get the Shadow Overlord here, which means that that minion wave in the farm lane is going to get taken out as well, and that Shadow Vanguard is going to be able to maintain the defense of the crystal on the side of LGD. For Meekin, it seems like a very, very slow burning, but for sure calm before the storm here for LGD. They're just waiting, like you say, for those evolutions, those items.
Yeah, you know what? Riddle me this, but I think Team Secret actually like this position at this point.
Yeah, they seem a little bit of a sadist, don't they? It's like, oh, we got back towards the walls. We thrive here. I mean, they thrived at that bot lane, higher ground turret for quite some time, and they're kind of trying to replicate it here in the Clash lane, but the Shadow Vanguard is putting a bit more of a pressure, a little bit more focus for the side of Team Secret back once again down into the farm lane, and Clash lane higher ground turret does fall, so only one solo little sausage of a higher ground turret remaining for Team Secret.
Yep, they pull a page out of the Sun and Yu Han book. They just go straight for the damage here. It could be even out if they manage to get themselves on the tier 3 on the top lane of LGD's base. So Team Secret need to play their cards right now, because the next big objective is coming out in 20 seconds or so. That is going to be the Tempest Dragon.
I mean, did we ever think we would see this, Kin? A Tempest Dragon between these Malaysian Titans of Season 2 so far. I mean, if these games were quick successions of 8 minutes, I would be very disappointed. But to see the fact that the Tempest Dragon comes through really shows that LGD have to definitely think and really try and coordinate properly to get this victory from Team Secret in Game 1. And this is just Game 1, kid. There's so much more to behold here, but we could be seeing a classical macro play from the side of Futsu, but that is being pretty much preempted by the Mayin, and the teleport comes through. Is this going to be enough here, kid? Oh, they are going onto the Mayin. Oh, it is a backdoor play for the crystal. Team Secret taking Game 1 from LGD with such a macro play. Big up to the boys on Team Secret. Whoa! Tempest playing the absolute bait there for Team Secret.